everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with MLB 13, the show, and I'm excited about this game because we get a chance to play the greatest rivalry in baseball. I might even go so far as to say is one of the greatest rivalries in any sport anywhere in the world, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. So what I do is every time that I buy a new game, this is one of the first games that I play, and I try to keep my neutrality and everything too, so I switch off as to which team I play as. So last time I played this was in MLB 2K12. I did play as the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. So of course this time I have to play as the Bronx Bombers, the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. So to get things started off, we've got CC Sabathia on the mound, one of the best left-handed pitchers in the game right now. This is going to be a hit by Jacoby Ellsbury into center field. Not how I want to get things started off in this game. Really what I need to do is I need to hold back the Red Sox from getting some hits because momentum and confidence is a big part of this game. And if I go ahead and I start allowing these hits, I'm going to be in trouble early on. But here we go, Dustin Pedroia hitting it over to A-Rod, who gets it to Cano, over to Teixeira. So the double play is really going to help me out being able to get some of that momentum and confidence back here for CC Sabathia. Plus, it kind of goes to give me a good highlight here as well. I usually don't get to show these type of highlights because of the amount of time that these videos take and how long it takes for me to play and stuff, but you don't see too many collisions out of me here. So there is Cano running into Ellsbury, or I guess it would be Ellsbury running into Cano, but still it's like he does a little cartwheel or somersault right there. But anyway, here is El Capitan, Derek Jeter, with one out, getting me my first hit as this one goes into left field. I'm going to do something a little bit risky. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head for second with Jeter. Slides, gets there safely, so it works out for me, and this is how I need to get the game started off. I do have a pretty good defensive play. Then, to get things started off for me offensively, I get an extra base hit. Cano is going to be up next here. Derek Jeter on second is going to be rounding third, but I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to bring him home at this point because I decided that I want to go ahead and I want to play it safe. I don't want to do anything too risky with Derek Jeter or just anybody else at the beginning of this game here. Because I figure with A-Rod, he could hit a high fly ball or something I could tag up and come home. But he does something even better than that. He's going to go ahead and get a home run in the left field. That's going to be a 3-run shot for us. So we get on the board early on, and we get on with a big lead here with 3 runs. So it's this kind of power and this kind of efficient hitting that I'm really expecting to see out of the Yankees here, because in this game, we're not affected by any of the injuries that we're seeing with the Yankees in real life or anything like that. So I've got a pretty good team that's on the field here today, and I have some high expectations for them. And A-Rod coming through in the way that I need him most right now to go ahead and give me that lead. So that was a lot better than having Jeter tag up and come home. All right, second inning now. Big Poppy is going to hit this one in the left field because I had my outfield shifted over to the right, expecting him to be early on his swing. I'm not able to get to that one in time, so Big Poppy is going to get a stand-up double here. That's a dangerous thing whenever you see David Ortiz making some good contact with the ball. Hopefully we don't see any home runs out of him here. All right, so just a few pitches later, this one is going to go into center field. I don't know why I had Cano die for that one, but that's going to put runners on first and third. Very similar to what we saw just a little bit ago here with Cano and Jeter. So if we've seen this before, who knows what might happen. But this is going to be a big hit into right field. I'm not going to have a play on that one, so Saltalamacchia getting a 3-run blast to tie it up. Not what I needed to give up right now, but I guess it could be worse off for me. I mean, I could be down by 3 runs now, so I'm glad we had that big, huge blast in the first inning. So it's like a whole new ball game at this point. I'm going to have to make sure, though, that I watch what type of pitches that I'm throwing, because Saltalamacchia here just kind of proved that CC Sabathia does have some weaknesses. So as Dustin Pedroia is up at the plate once again, remember he hit into that double play earlier, get a chance to take a look a little bit more at the type of pitches I'm going to be throwing here in this game. I'm going to use a very dominant fastball here out of CC Sabathia that can be in the mid to high 90s. Usually, of course, we're going to see it in the mids. I've got a slurve, a sinker, and a changeup. So I've got a pretty good balance when it comes to pitches here that I'm going to try to utilize, but I really can't start getting any pattern going here. Otherwise, the computer and the Boston Red Sox are going to pick up on it, and I'm in trouble. 0-2 count right here. I think I'm going to go with the sinker, just right in the middle there. But that is going to be good for me because Pedroia is going to swing, and he's going to miss. So I might utilize that sinker a little bit more since it worked right there, and it has been working actually pretty well. Here's Robinson Cano with a hit into left center. This is a great hit. This is what I like to see the most out of my team here, is just some efficient hitting. Not necessarily something that goes over the wall, but just some type of extra base hit that I can get with just about anybody. A-Rod, remember he had that 3-run home run earlier. This one is going to go into left field. That's going to put runners on first and third. It's like the third time that we've seen this here today, so I don't know if that's some type of pattern forming or anything like that, but we really have seen some great hitting out of the Yankees and the Red Sox as well, so I'm not surprised by seeing this. Now here is Teixeira. He's got some power, but this one, not of course going to be a good hit for me. It ends up being a double play. I am able to get the run home though because I had no outs. So that works out for me. I don't like the fact that I've just gotten 2 outs on the board, but I do get a run. So I guess it's a little bittersweet at this point, when I take a look at this hit, but that's okay. We've got the lead back. I'm all right with that. Derek Jeter's done pretty good this game. This is going to be a high fly ball into the gap in right center. Looks like the crowd's getting up for that one because it's going to be a home run. Derek Jeter. Now, Lester is the starting pitcher for the Red Sox, and I really have him figured out right now. I played a lot of these games, actually, before I got up to this one here. I think I played like 3 games in a row today. So I've really been able to figure out patterns for pitchers pretty quickly and kind of know what to expect. So that's awesome that we got that home run right there. That's going to help the team out. That's going to give us a 5-3 lead. Cano coming up next here. So just a couple pitches afterwards, we can expect some good things out of Robinson Cano every time he comes up. And another huge home run for us into right field. That looks like it went into the second deck almost. But we've got back-to-back home runs for the Bronx Bombers right here. So I think that we're going to have to go ahead and expect the Red Sox to make some type of pitching change here pretty soon because Lester is struggling. His confidence is very, very low, which makes it easier for me to get base hits, huge hits like that one. And this is really going to allow me to run up the score here if the Red Sox don't get this settled down pretty quick. So right after this, Lester's going to get pulled just as I expected. I thought they might go ahead and talk to him or something like that, but this may not be a good thing for the Red Sox either that they're pulling Lester right now because I didn't see anybody getting warmed up in the Red Sox bullpen. Usually it goes ahead and tells you, you got so-and-so warming up, in the bullpen, or so-and-so is ready. But Alfredo Aceves is going to be coming in here with such little warm-up time. Kind of worried about what might happen. Teixeira in the bottom of the 5th. Huge hit. This was a mistake. So another home run for the Yankees. We are really showing off some tremendous power hitting. Those were the expectations that I was going to be seeing here, or I was hoping that we would have here, is just some big home runs. I wasn't expecting it to have, or for me to have so many home runs in such a short period of time, but a lot of problems here in pitching for the Red Sox is what is allowing this to happen. So Teixeira comes home to go ahead and make our lead even larger. We're looking at a 7-3 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Brett Gardner is going to get a good hit for me into right field. The thing that I enjoy about having Brett Gardner on base is his speed. He's got a lot of velocity, and I haven't had too many chances in this game to go ahead and steal any bases. Aggressive base running is what I like to do. Even though I've been hitting a lot of home runs, I love small ball. And that's going to be a stolen base right there because Saltalamacchia is not able to go ahead and get a good grasp on the ball and throw it down to second base. I'll actually show it to you here again so you can see kind of what happened. But it works out for me. Saltalamacchia has had a couple problems here from a defensive standpoint. I'm only showing you one, but there's been a few passed balls, ones that he has dropped like this, where it was just not a good move for him. So I'm going to go ahead and steal third. It was a good pitch to go on right there, and I get in there no problem at all. So now that I've got Gardner at third, I could go ahead. I've got a lot of ways to be able to bring him home here with no outs. But, hey, what better way to be able to do it than a hit? This looks very similar to that one we saw with Jeter at the beginning of the game. And I get in there safely, too. So it's almost been like deja vu a little bit with some of these hits that we've been seeing. And in some of these situations with runners on first and third or a shot in the left like that, and I make a risky run over to second. But that works for me. That's going to make it an 8-3 ball game. I really can't count the Red Sox out, even though that we haven't seen any other runs besides that home run from Saltalamacchia at the beginning of the game. I know what they have the capability of doing, and they have been able to get a lot of hits. I know I don't get to show every single hit here, but I mean, we're talking a lot of hits actually for the Red Sox. I've just been doing a very good job of making sure that those hits don't turn into runs. So, after they get the bases loaded or they get, runners on second and third, I'm pitching smart. And I wish I could show everything here, but that would turn into like a 30-minute video or something like that, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't be able to sit through all of that. Jabba Chamberlain coming in next for the Yankees here. I decided to go ahead and pull CeCe because of the amount of hits that the Red Sox have been having, and it's kind of cool seeing Jabba in here because I played against Jabba in high school. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska. He went to Northeast. I went to Lincoln East. So, like I said, it's kind of cool to be able to see him in here. It was a kind of cool story. Well, not so cool. But a lot of people made fun of Jabba. I mean, our team, when we went up against him, we would make fun of him because he was a pretty heavy kid at the time. And, he got cut from his team his sophomore year of high school. But it really kind of goes to show you got to be careful who you make fun of, because here's this kid who we were making fun of is now a pitcher for the Yankees. And he really worked so hard to be able to get where he is. So it's just, I don't know, kind of a cool story of perseverance and just kind of, hey, you don't make fun of certain people. Actually, you shouldn't make fun of anybody, but I don't know. It's cool because I got Jabba Chamberlain. I played against him. Alex Gordon went to Lincoln Southeast, and he graduated a year before me, so I got to play against him in some summer ball, too. I guess that's my one claim to fame, But Jacoby Ellsbury striking out, using a fastball a lot to be able to get at these Boston Red Sox hitters. Teixeira in again here in the 7th inning. Another huge hit out of Teixeira. What is up with all these home runs? I think it's just the fact that I played this game so much here in the last few days. I've got this figured out. I might have to make some adjustments to some things here if I continue to have some big hits like this on a regular basis. But with the Yankees, as I've mentioned, it's power hitting that I expect. Some teams, like when I'm playing as the Oakland A's, I expect a lot of contact hitting and some stolen bases. It's just with the Yankees, I expect those huge hits to be able to win me these games, and they are not letting me down. It's going to make it 10-3 in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox are not done, though. This hit going into center field is going to bring a runner home here. That's going to be 10-4. And we've still got a runner on first. Jabba is kind of struggling a little bit here, allowing some hits. Really, the first couple innings that he was in, very dominant performance out of him. But when you've got hitters like Johnny Gomes, Big Poppy, and some other ones, you got to be careful. And you can't rest on your laurels and just figure you've got this game in the bag, especially with a team like the Red Sox. This one, I was hoping right when it came off the bat that we'd be looking at a double play. It ends up just being another hit and allows the Red Sox to have runners on first and second. Still top of the 8th. 2 outs, though. And this is not a good play. Oh, man, that's going to be called a pass ball. I'm not going to be able to do anything here to stop the runners advancing, and that was just not what I needed. So, puts me in a bad situation here because now I have, instead of one runner in scoring position, I've got 2 runners in scoring position that I have to worry about. But I've gotten out of this before. And with 2 outs, I'm pretty confident that we'll be in good shape. This one going into the gap into, I guess it's center field here. But that one is not going to be able to get caught by Granderson, and that's going to score those 2 runs. So Saltalamacchia getting that hit, and that was not the best play for me from a fielding standpoint. And I'm really going to be paying the price here for not fielding well. 10-6. A-Rod not done yet. That's going to be 2 homers for him. So I've got 2 players in this game now with 2 home runs. We've got Mark Teixeira, and now we've got A-Rod. So both of these guys really not that healthy right now at all. Actually, Teixeira's going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. A-Rod, gosh, a lot of the stuff I hear, it's kind of all over the board, but at least I get to go ahead and play one game with the full Yankees roster and get to play as them at their full potential, and that's definitely what we're doing. Mariano Rivera announced his retirement. I had to go ahead and I had to bring him in to pay a little tribute to the greatest closer to play the game and one of the best pitchers, I think, just as a human being, you know, and on the field that I've ever come across. He's one of those guys that, like, 20 years down the road, we're going to watch TV and the highlights of you know, some of the greatest players, and we're going to see Mariano Rivera, and we're going to be like, I remember when I watched that guy pitch. He was just a tremendous pitcher to watch, and right now he's doing a great job. You've noticed 2 high fly balls that are just easy outs. So, Mariano Rivera doing what he does best, closing this game out. 2 pitches later here, this might be it if I can throw a good pitch. Absolutely it is. Teixeira makes the catch, and the Yankees end up winning this one in a high-scoring game for the games that I play here. It's going to be 11-6. Yankees win this one, so I appreciate you guys watching this. I appreciate every video that you guys watch. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and all that great stuff. All you got to do is just check that description below. You'll find all the information there. But thank you again for watching. And as always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.